Hello and welcome to Bespoke, and my name is Paul Anthony.
And I'm CP.
And today we're exploring medium quantity cigar storage solutions, which is a bit of a mouthful, but basically we're going to be exploring storage solutions for cigars when you have a collection of around 50 to 250 cigars. We have separate videos if you're looking to store less than 50 cigars or more than 250 cigars, but today we're looking at that middle range where you've got like a little bit of a collection growing, you're a little bit more than maybe a casual smoker, you've bought a couple of boxes that you're really into, so how are you going to store them, Charles? We've got a few options here.
There are so many options with so many different budgets as well, but the most common of all of these would probably be the desktop humidor, which is quite a wide description for simply a storage solution that sits on a desk or any other type of furniture. So this can come in several shapes and forms, such as the acrylic humidor here, this budget wooden humidor by quality importers, the new Old World.
The Old World.
And here we have Paul's jewel in his crown right now. This is Davidoff from the Statesman collection, the Ambassador Union Jack.
Union Jack. And we have specific reviews on each one of these, pros, cons. So this is like in the like the acrylic, we have pros, cons. We have pro, cons of luxury humidors, which are anything over 500 bucks. And then this is kind of best value for money and cheap humidors, because it's a great little humidor for under 100 bucks as well. But it fits the mold of what we're looking to do, store more than 50 cigars. So, you know, again, as we say, if you've got that kind of growing collection, then this is what you're kind of looking for. If, again, these have got the main cons of like these two in particular is they're going to require maintenance.
Yes, exactly. So they also fall into the wooden category, whereas this doesn't. That's something we didn't mention. And there is another guide to that. It does has its own benefits, but drawbacks too.
So I actually have a collection of around 12 to 1300 cigars, and I probably keep, I'd say, at least 90 to 95% of those in airtight containers, which are effectively glorified, humongous versions of this that are 20-gallon containers or 82 quart, which I can store 20-30 boxes in at once. And then I bring them out to my wooden humidor solutions for the benefits of a wooden humidor, which is basically imparting that cedar smell, and also they're very attractive to look at. They're great display pieces, works of art, etc.
And that kind of brings us neatly to, sorry, you were going to say something.
No, I was going to say, if you want to just jump to the budget stuff.
I was literally going to say, that brings us neatly to the alternative solutions, which are sort of purchased in the same sense. So I think we'll talk about the Boveda bag.
Yeah, the Boveda bag. So this is around 15 bucks, and the great thing about this is twofold. One, it already comes with a Boveda pack in it. Two, you can probably store, well, you've stored 2 nub boxes, Olivia nub boxes.
Third slim box over the top,
so pushing it's deceptively large, and you know, if you put the cigars in here, you should probably have 1 Boveda pack per 25. That's going to last for at least a year. This is different from like a Ziploc bag because this doesn't have moisture exchange in the plastic. This is
barrier laminated plastic.
What he said. So you know, this is going to stand up and keep that, you know, that microclimate a lot more stable. Obviously the downsides is you've got lights, so you're going to want to store, if you've got loose cigars, just like with the acrylic, you're going to want to store them in a cool dark place, you know. But for 15 bucks, this is a phenomenal option. If you're looking to stack cigars, or if you're looking to create different environments, then this could be a great option as well.
So this is, a tupperdor is basically, it doesn't have to be Tupperware per se, but it's any small sort of household container that is hermetically sealed. It has to be airtight. This is probably one of the best brands we've found so far, which is Systema from the Clip It range. It's a brand made in a New Zealand brand, so everything there is made in New Zealand, and it's BPA free plastic, so it means it doesn't have any sort of toxic chemicals that are against the FDA, which could potentially impart themselves on your cigars. And since smoking is already a relatively unhealthy habit, why make it any more unhealthy for you anyway?
It's healthy for the soul.
Exactly.
So,
100%.
But if you go up from this size, obviously when we look at large storage devices, this will go from a tupperdor to a coolidor, even though they're not necessarily coolers. Everyone's trying to, well, we're trying to like standardize the language somewhat here. So even though they might not be coolers, but as he says, it doesn't have to be Tupperware per se, but it's just a more rigid container. This is a humidor bag, desktop humidor, wooden humidor, acrylic humidor. Just so you guys are trying to get into some of the, you know, terminology of cigars.
Exactly. Well, after all, we, like you were saying earlier, we're seeing a lot of traffic of how to store cigars without a humidor. But anything, like you saying, anything that is hermetically sealed and provides you that climate.
Oh, I get the question all the time. You know, how do you store cigars without a humidor? Well, if you're storing cigars, you're effectively creating a humidor, whether that is a bag, a wooden box, you know, you're creating that humidor. So people associate certain objects with being a humidor. Yes, this is a wooden humidor, but anything that, you know, allows you to create an airtight seal and control that RH becomes a humidor in itself.
Exactly.
You know, so, you know, hopefully this has helped you out with some of the different storage options you have for, you know, a medium to growing cigar collection, or if you're looking for different options. So I particularly love this one when I have guests over the house. So I had a few summer barbecues and I got 3 different sections there. I was using, you know, medium, mild cigars and stronger cigars, and people could see in and look at it. That's an ideal scenario for me. If that's my only cigar storage solution, or I was on a budget that's $200, I'd probably drop down to a bag. It's going to do the same thing. It's just a different way to do it.
Yeah,
you know.
Really, the best thing is to look for the storage solution that is most adapted to your needs. Because even in terms of size, medium humidors do have their drawbacks. One of which is, if you're starting to collect, you can fill one of these suckers up very quickly.
As I know to my own peril, when they filled up very, very quickly. So.
Exactly.
And you know, you're seeing the guides below that where we cover small, medium, large, but we also cover travel humidors. And it's like with travel humidors, we had about 15, 20 different bloody options, you know, to go from. So you really got to think about, does this look aesthetically pleasing on my desk? Am I going to have it in a dark area, like as a closet? That's going to be fine. So really just think about where you're at with your cigar smoking, where you think you may be at in 3 to 6 months. Where does the value lay for you? If you want to stack these up, you know, the tupperdor that Charles-Philippe's at, you could get 10 of those for $150, or you could buy 2 of these, you know, but that's going to probably store 5 times as many cigars in this scenario. And we've got another video where we actually turn this into a humidor with some cedar trays, some Boveda packs, and then stack our cigars in there as well. So, you know, again, just I think the main takeaway from this video is like, these are great medium options depending on budget, from, you know, 10-15 bucks through to a couple of grand. The review of an Ellie Blue, 5 grand. But really, I think the major point of takeaway here is where your cigar collection is going with respect to size.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be going, you know, you think, oh, I'm going to spend 2 grand on this, and you can't afford to buy any cigars, it might not be the best scenario, you know. But, you know, again, just think about where your cigar, I mean, our habits grew pretty rapidly, pretty quickly.
Yeah, they did.
To the point where I've made the investment in a statement piece like this, that's effectively a piece of functional art and furniture within my home. You know. So anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your comments or questions below on great medium storage solutions for cigars. If you've got any other recommendations of what you use at home for budget options, value options, and luxury options, we'd love to hear those as well, and we may even create some other content around it.
And if you want to see which are actually the best ones, which we believe are our recommendations for which ones you should buy, well, there are links to these already below in the description, but we have a full guide on bespokeunit.com. Just go to bespokeunit/cigars for the best medium storage solutions. There's a link to that below in the description as well.
Well, perfect. Thanks for that interjection.
Sorry.
No. We unscript these videos if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
There's no teleprompter in front of us.
Oh, it's off the cuff, off the cuff.
So we really appreciate you watching this, guys, and we really appreciate your feedbacks and comments below, as I say. Please like this video if you did indeed like it, or dislike it if you didn't like it, and tell us why. We'd love to hear your feedback. Also subscribe to our channel, as we are actually in the middle of filming a goal of 40 videos on this trip. For Charles lives in France, if many of you didn't know that are new to the channel, and I'm here in Philadelphia. So we're banging out as many videos as we can that will be dripping out over the next few weeks and months.
Get used to this jacket, guys.
Which is good. Like the channel if you didn't, turn on those notifications for those upcoming videos, not only in cigars, but we also cover fragrance, watches, shoes, suits, some travel items as well. So there's always something new to explore here on Bespoke Unit, the guide to the dapper life. With all of that being said, my name's Paul Anthony.
And I'm CP.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care.